Hey guys, it's Lauren. I am using a GoPro. I got this GoPro for my 40th birthday. I turned 40 on August the 2nd of this year. And it was a nice birthday present, I ain't gonna lie. I'm still learning how to operate the GoPro. I've never owned a GoPro in my life. This is a Hero 8. I was going to get it anyway, so go figure, my mom ends up getting it for me as a surprise birthday present. So, thanks, Mom. You have to update this camera's software on a computer, but it says you can also update its software on the app through your phone. I use my app on my phone more than anything. I've not used a computer in a long time. Okay, let's get back to what I was going to tell you all about. This isn't for autism awareness, but then again, it is in honor of going back to school. I do want to say something. We need to be significantly less judgmental of people with emotional control disability, like Asperger's syndrome, and the mild learning disabilities. I have been the girl in that shoes that has been denied access from a lot of stuff because of my disability. But then again, I've been on the flip side too. I've been pushed to be normal in ways that wasn't right for me. Emotional control for people on the Asperger's syndrome really can't be controlled completely. The only thing that you can control is to prevent it if there's something that you know can cause yourself a meltdown, if you feel like it's the best option for you. Now, for us normal people that don't have disabilities, we need to include people with emotional disabilities and mild learning disabilities on any program. They need to be included in with other students in a classroom setting, and if they want to go into a particular job field, we need to help them to get ready for it. It doesn't matter what kind of a job field that they want to go into. If not, then we're just only stigmatizing them, and we're making their emotional control problems worse, because when you judge somebody against their emotional control problems, you are significantly making them feel worse about themselves, and you're not educating the public about the different types of abilities and disabilities there is. I almost learned to feel like a loser because I had an emotional instability disorder, which from Asperger's. And not everybody with Asperger's syndrome has my problem, but that was always the biggest problem for me. I was not an honor student. I had to work hard. I actually did have a mild learning disability that really impacted my ability to succeed in school. But you have someone with a disability, yes, do include them in on everything, but you need to have things tailored to their needs. Standardized stuff for treating a student with a disability should be implemented to a certain degree. You want to find a balance. You want to encourage them, but you don't want to push them to be exactly like the other students. But you also don't want to ever discount them because you think that they're emotionally unstable. They're good at what they do and they're dedicated to their education. I'm telling you, you need to let them in their profession and stop judging them. I don't feel like an emotional disorder should be such of a big deal to judge people on. If we could get around that stigma, these people would not need disability. And for elementary school students and high school students, I'm going to say the exact same thing for teachers of that age group. The last goal I want to say, if I made myself clear, is to try to be patient with the person and get to know their talents. If they're talented in that particular skill that they chose for a trade, but they can't perform academically or emotionally, then I'm highly going to encourage you to help them. And also provide modifications in all fronts. From a kindergarten teacher and preschool teacher all the way up to a teacher that is teaching PhD level students. One teacher, when I was in high school, she was always pushing me to try to be like everybody else. Well, in her class, when I was having a bad day, she would always push me not to cry, and she'd be like, no, you need to stay in class. Well, no, I couldn't, because I needed to go somewhere where I could calm down and get my feelings out. And she was of that era where she believed that you had to be harsh on kids to get them to mind. Well, that brings me to another point. If you have someone that has a severe emotional control problem like me, or harsh treatment of any type doesn't help, whether it's a punishment or not. It may work for another person, but I'm going to guarantee you it does not work for someone with an emotional instability disorder like Asperger's syndrome. One thing that you want to teach people is something called regress to progress. So like say in yoga, when you have someone that for some reason they can't do a particular pose, you need to go to basics. Sometimes you need to go to basics when you're dealing with an emotionally distraught person, but you need to go to basics on their level. And it may not be you think it should be. When you're in a yoga class, let's say someone is not able to do a specific pose, you go over there and you, as quietly as you can, you have to show them as gentle as you can how to modify the pose. And you have to ask them if they would like you to help them. You have to apply that philosophy in dealing with children and adults on the emotional disorder spectrum in a specific way. And if they say no, then you need to respect that. For students to be the best that they can be, even if they don't meet criteria for what is required for a specific goal to pass a particular topic of school. People with Asperger's syndrome have many gifts that so many people don't have. Yes, they may not be able to be smart academically, but we need to help them with that, and we need to help them in the way that their brain works. If possible, we need to work with the ADA on things. When I was growing up, back in the 90s, they always said that students with emotional, like mental health disorders, were at high risk for doing stuff like drugs and making poor decisions. And that right there made me feel like I was bad because I was like that. And I'm going to say that's another discrimination thing. Well, and I'm not saying it's not true, but to this day, I have busted chops off to take care of my health. Never drank alcohol and got COVID-19 shot. I've never smoked, and of it. I exercise regular, and I've been obsessed with taking care of my skin and taking care of my teeth for as long as I can remember, and I always drink water or a Diet Coke, and that's about all I drink. I was definitely not the straight A student, but I was smart, but in different ways for anybody with a learning disability. Also, it is Monday, August the 30th of 2021, and thought I would just say that because I feel like dates are important to my vlogs. Hey guys, I have been vlogging for almost 35 minutes and I am going to get off of here and maybe do some editing. And I'll see you guys next time. It's a lot of times going to be different than the day you edit it. So until then, anybody that wants to comment, please do not say anything negative, no foul language, no bashing each other, no nothing. Also, stay COVID free, wear your mask, and wash your hands. Thank you. Bye.